Practice after the same route, so you'll be able to see quite nicely also what we may be missing in the morning. But once we pass that mist, it will be clear. And the route that we're following this morning is going to be along some of the most expensive homes in Cape Town, called Camps Bay. This is what we call the Platinum Mile. Now the Platinum Mile can tell you that the homes here is expensive. For some of them, but it's all about location, and you know who said that 3 times. The 3 most important things about the home is location, location, location.
Who said that now?
Donald Trump.
Yes.
The most favorite president in the world.
He did say location.
It must be pretty hot in where you guys are at the moment, right? And you all had a great safari.
Yes.
You saw all the big 5.
Not the big 4. Not wild.
Which one did you not see?
Rhino. But it's more of we saw killing.
Oh,
That's a bit wild.
did you see an actual kill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know how rare that is?
Yeah.
Did you have to get up early in the morning to see that?
No.
To the
You had to get up early in the morning to see that one.
point.
Well, that's the sacrifice you have to make if you want to see everything. And the same applies to Cape Town as well.
Yeah.
The early bird catches the early worm, they say. Right, so a little bit about Cape Town, maybe for those who've not been here before and don't know the history of Cape Town. South Africa is a country with 9 provinces and 11 official languages. And in Cape Town, the population is about 3.7 million. Now, the 9 provinces, Cape Town is called the Western Cape. And the Western Cape has got a total population of 5 million. And the Cape Town and its surrounding suburbs have about 3.7 million people. Now, we have a 3-tier government system. We have your federal government, and your provincial government, and you have your local government. Now, our provincial government is the only province in the country where it's a different political party. It's called the Democratic Alliance. The only difficulty with them is they will never become a ruling party because they're still regarded as a white liberal party. So if you know the history of South Africa, unless you have the black vote, because 90% of the population in South Africa is black. 7 is white, and about the balance makes up Indians, colored people of color. So that's the population. And Cape Town is a big province. You can fit both Italy and France into the Western Cape province. So it's a pretty big province. The languages, 11 official languages. English is not the most spoken, but the most spoken language is Zulu, because they're the biggest group of people, about 10 million Zulus in South Africa. But they're mostly concentrated along the KwaZulu-Natal border. That's where you find most of this area that we now driving. Of course, you see on the right
Stadium.
is our stadium for the Soccer World Cup in 2010. If you look at the shape of that stadium, it was designed in such a way that it depicts an African woman's traditional hat from the northern parts, except it's more colorful. But that shape is actually the shape of a traditional woman African hat. So this is called the Atlantic Seaboard that we now passing. This is probably some of the most beautiful apartments you'll find overlooking the ocean. I can already see the sun trying to get through the mist. But this is all rocky coastline all along this area. And Greenpoint, this is called Greenpoint, this area. Along this route, you'll find there are lots of apartments, lots of sporting stadiums, a golf field, golf course on the back of this as well. There used to be a big golf course, but the stadium took half of it away. Now it's only an 18-hole golf course. Any golfers? Nobody play golf? Nobody plays golf? JD? No golf? I played in the rain yesterday. It was not pleasant. Yeah, so we've had a lot of rain over the last couple of days. Cape Town has got a Mediterranean climate. So we have winter rain, and we have all 4 seasons. So it gets from very cold to very hot in summer, where the temperature averages around between 28 and 30 degrees Celsius. You work in Celsius? Okay, I'm just thinking Americans I always have to convert when you speak to Americans. The only country in the world that still works is Fahrenheit and feet, etc. So when you say 1,000 meters, they say, oh, how much is that in feet? I say, oh, it's 3,500. So I have to always convert, but thank goodness it's all Celsius. Which side of the road do you drive on? Which side?
The left.
Oh, so you drive on the same as Americans? Okay. Because that's the other thing. These people always get up on the road, and then when I'm driving, they're getting in on the driver's seat and say, okay, fine, you can drive, it's fine. Right, so this area is called Sea Point, Pavilion area. And along this rocky coastline. It's an 8-kilometer walk, but all along the coast. It's absolutely fantastic. If you want to walk your dog, you want to walk your girlfriend, family, and you can walk as well. So you can walk for about 8 kilometers, and it's beautiful because on a Sunday morning you find everybody's running, jogging. Incidentally, this route that we are going on today is a very popular route for the biggest time cycling event in the world called the Cape Town Cycle Tour. It's the biggest time cycling event, and it starts from Cape Town and it goes all the way the opposite direction from which we're going to come back on, and it comes back this way, and it goes all the way to Cape Point over 4 different mountains. I can tell you it's very tough. Race 109 kilometers. I've done it a few times. Wow. Now I'm carrying too much weight to carry me over the mountain with a bicycle. It's not that easy. Anyway, so this is, as I said, Green Point. There's a lot of sporting activity. We're now going to move into an area called Sea Point. And Sea Point is similar to Green Point, a lot of apartment buildings, but what makes Sea Point an interesting place is that this is a predominantly Jewish community that settled in this part of Cape Town. They were responsible for most of the development along this coastline. So you'll find there's a couple of synagogues along the route as well on this particular area where there's are mostly Jewish people. So yeah, and then once we finish with most, and we'll get into Bantry Bay, Clifton, and then from Clifton we stop just past Clifton, we stop at a place called Maiden's Cove, which I'll point out a few things there as well. And then from there we'll go by Camps Bay, all the way to Hout Bay, through to Chapman Street. We'll stop at Maiden's Cove, and we'll stop at Hout Bay at the top. And it's a beautiful area. I'm hoping by that time we'll be past the mist, so you can have a lot more things to see.
The mist is only in the morning.
Yeah, no, once the sun, like the sun's trying to come through, you see it's reading its head. So yeah, but don't worry about this area if you don't see much, because we're coming back this route again. So you'll see what we don't see now, we'll see it this afternoon. Any questions so far? Any special requests? So we have a bumper packed week full of activities, right? So just to share with you what we're doing. Tomorrow we're doing the winelands, right? So we're doing some amazing wine tasting stuff. We're going to the Bar Museum. We've all seen the itinerary, right? We've gone through it.
They don't. Nobody reads it.
Nope,
The kids
nope.
we didn't read.
So, but okay, I won't tell you everything about it, so some of this is a surprise. So I won't go into detail about it. So tomorrow we also have a bumper pack day. And then on Wednesday, we had something planned, but the weather might spoil that because some bad weather is going to set in tomorrow. And that's okay for what we're doing tomorrow. It won't affect our day tomorrow. We're still going to have a great day, rain or no rain. On Wednesday, there'll be a little bit of rain perhaps, but the swell might be big and there might be some wind, so we may not be able to do that other activity. So we'll have to improvise and we'll see what we can do about that. So do some changes around.
They'll be in the mall shop.
Oh, they like shopping. So malls are not the greatest places to shop, you know that.
Again?
Malls are not the greatest places to
Yes.
shop.
What's that street? There's a street. Anna, what's that? That street where you buy.
Not Long Street. You're not talking about
And
Long
it could
Street.
be that long street.
Is it Long Street?
You
You buy
like-
African stuff and what?
Yes, yeah.
There are better places than that.
Okay.
In Stellenbosch where we're going,
Oh yeah.
there's some nice places, some
Tomorrow,
nice.
yeah.
There's,
Tomorrow, yeah.
there's a place in Stellenbosch which is actually called Karoo Classics.
Yeah.
All your leather goods,
Yeah.
ostrich leather and stuff like that, they sell all of those kind of things.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. And then as I said, tomorrow we've got quite a busy day, and then Thursday we've got to, I don't know if that's going to be possible also, because we're going to see, which is we're doing Robben Island and we're doing Table Mountain as well. Table Mountain, maybe we can still switch it to the last day because that's on the Friday,
Yeah.
but we can also see if we can switch it around. I'll be trying to see if I can change it,
If the
make it,
weather's-
yeah, because I know the weather was coming in. I don't know if they will, I'll check with them to see if they change it, because I tried to do it online to change it, but it didn't go through. I tried 3 or 4
But tomorrow for the wine dance, what time should we